Mergler gets nervous when I read because she thinks I'm going to use bad language, and it's been a shitty week for almost everybody. But since that's the only bad word I'm going to use, we're already past it. So I only have one piece I want to read for you today, and then 16 encores. So we'll order some pizza for everybody. This is, I missed John Lennon this week. I think a lot of us missed John Lennon this week. I'm not John Lennon. Yeah, I'm not John Lennon, but I hope John Lennon would like this one. You can all have this one. Take it with you before you send your kids to the movies or the mall or school or a country music concert. This is called a Desultory Hyperbolic Cloudburst. There were times when Charlie Brown tried to kick a field goal. Lucy always convinced him that she'd leave the ball in place, that he could trust her, yet every time she pulled it away, Charlie would manage a galloping quadruple gainer, an inebriated Gabby Douglas, and crash disheartened to the ground where he'd grimace at Charles Schultz's monochrome sky in frustrated agony. Fooled again. I used to wish that Lucy would help him up, brush him off, ensure that he was getting around under his own power, and then just inches from his face shout, "I love you," so convincingly that Charlie would spin through another floppy backflip and land in a dusty heap once again, this time grinning contentedly, even though he had the emotional range of cracked linoleum. I love you. I mean it. It's in my bone marrow, in my tissues, a nickel-plated good idea that's burrowed so deeply I'll never extricate it. There are places that my bone marrow goes to hide when it's scared, afraid of lightning, lonely, sad, or exhausted. All of those places, yeah, you're already in there, brewing coffee and serving mixed metaphor sandwiches. I don't love you in polite suburban terms, in khaki pants with a blue dress shirt tucked in and a belt that matches my shoes, not even close. I don't love you in convenient Hollywood terms, our story arc finishing up neatly as I chase you through an airport or pursue you in a taxi driven by an entertaining comedian with a foreign accent. Nope. Hollywood's in the shallow end of love, in floral print water wings. I love you so hard, I can't read simple text. I can't think straight. I can't compute basic mathematics. I've lost a tug of war with wisdom. I need a library card to borrow a functioning brain. I try to figure out the checkbook and decide that I have $234,000 in there until Friday, when without warning I'll have $13.79. I try to decide what bread to pick up at the grocery store and come home with 2 bottles of Scrubbing Bubbles, a cylinder of sour cream and onion Pringles, and 4 boxes of Honey Nut Cheerios. No bread. I'm worse than an idiot. I'm useless in the most essential understanding of that term, useless. I am of no use. Can we make wine from stupidity? If so, I'm opening a vineyard. The Ernest and Giulio Gallo of vacuous, contented affection. I love you as I watch water rinse toothpaste down the drain. I love that line so much, I'm going to say it again. I love you as I watch water rinse toothpaste down the drain. I love you as I mine in the dryer for missing socks. I love you as I flip through channels, irritated that insipid ads interrupt a movie I've seen a half-dozen times but can't remember the ending. Something with a taxi driver outside an airport. I love you at red lights. I love you at green lights. I hurry to love you at yellow lights because that's the universe demonstrating to me that I need to communicate to you what it means to love you like I do. So I do. I love you when I light candles. I love you when I make toast. I love you when I vacuum the carpets, and I love you when I lock the doors at night because you love feeling safe when you go to sleep. I love you when can't walk straight, even down the hallways of my own house. I love you when can't fold towels. And folding towels is slap me, stupid, easy. I love you when I parallel park because you get so excited when you successfully parallel park, especially when the space seems a little small. I love you when I wash dishes because you appreciate a tidy stack of well-washed dishes. You do. It's okay to confess. I love you enough to spend the afternoon playing Mahjong with your mother and her friends, even though we agree that Mahjong is arguably the dumbest game since lacrosse or bass fishing. I love you so intensely that when you're not around, I can feel seconds on my watch tick and click and hammer in my bones, a blacksmith slugging away at an anvil. Wham, wham, wham. 3 seconds that you're gone and my body feels as though it's been in a car wreck. You know how you read Charles Dickens for 600 pages and by the last chapter you finally realized that Heathcliff was actually in love with Winifred since page 11? Yeah, Charles Dickens can swim home. I need you to know before the end of the first paragraph, and then I'll take 600 pages to elaborate. Yet if I need 600 pages to get the words in the right order, trade me in. I love that the challenge before me isn't to convince you that I love you, but to convince you that no one has ever articulated what I'm trying to articulate to you. Sure, they think they have, Charles Dickens included. But they're wrong. I know they're wrong, and I know that you know, not so deep down, that they're wrong. And maybe when you take a turn at this and the pitcher backs up the catcher in one of those rare, special moments we all watch and wonder, I'll believe that you believe that no one has ever articulated what you're feeling. No existing phrases, clauses, or claims can capture it accurately. I believe you. I get nervous when I think that you might think that I only love you in terms that other people understand. This is my most important yet most often buggered up message to you, I promise. So I'm going to try again, like we did with the toothpaste bit just a minute ago. I get nervous when I think that you think that I love you in normal, everyday, polite, forever, happily ever after terms that anyone anywhere could possibly understand. Those terms, none of them can even come close to how miserable, lost, delirious, crippled, exhausted, desperate, weepy, and weary I am when you're not around, when you're out of touch, when you're even 10 minutes down the road or gone for an hour. Nope. No traditional, even lovely, let's say that again, no traditional, even lovely terms anyone has ever used to capture the essence of what they meant when they said, I love you, can make a dent in the immutable, irretrievable, staggering, numbing, invigorating, motivating, captivating, and holy goddamn distracting, paralyzing, overwhelming, unimaginable way in which I love you. Every cell in my body, every minute of the day, every day, not kidding, every fustigating day, every interaction, every color, flavor, breeze, dapple of sunlight, comforting shadow, an inspiring page of insightful poetry, song lyrics, or gorgeous fiction, all of it reminds me all day, all night, no breaks, none, how I love you. Fustigating, not actually a word, but it should be. And that will get us started. There's more to come when I have the energy again to try and explain this all to you. Until then, let's go kick a field goal.